A federal judge announced a pause on the Biden administration's rollback of Title 42. This decision, a result of a lawsuit filed by the states of Missouri, Louisiana, and Arizona. So here's a quick reminder as to what Title 42 is. Title 42 is a clause of the 1944 Public Health Services Law that allows the government to prevent the introduction of individuals during certain public health emergencies. Joining us now to break down what this decision means is ABC News contributor Maria Elena Salinas. Maria Elena, thank you so much for joining us. What does this judge's decision mean for the ongoing crisis at our border?
Well, Stephanie, as you said, this is only temporary. It's a temporary restraining order. So now I think we have to wait and see how the administration will react or how the CDC will react. So just like you said before, we need to remember that Title 42 is a health measure and that it was used, and some might say that it was abused by the Trump administration to prevent asylum seekers from applying at the border. So the issue of lifting Title 42 really has been seen through a political lens on both parties. So it was effective in keeping asylum seekers from applying at the border and waiting their turn, but it wasn't effective in keeping undocumented immigrants from crossing the border. They will cross when they can, and they have been doing that for not years, decades, with or without Title 42. So, we really should not be treating asylum seekers as if they were undocumented immigrants, because they do have the legal right to request asylum, and the U.S. does have the legal obligation to at least listen to their cases.
Right. And Maria Elena, today a Republican delegation visited our nation's southern border, and it coincided with the tragic news of a Texas National Guard soldier who was found dead. What do we know about this guardsman, and how did some of the members of Congress react to his death?
That's right. It was a specialist, Bishop Evans, and he disappeared a few days ago. Apparently, he had gone into the river trying to save someone who was crossing the river, and he noticed that the person was in danger. And even though the immigrants that he was trying to save did make it out alive, he didn't. He disappeared, and his body was found today. Now, several members of Congress, like you said, did go to the border today, and they happened to tie the drowning of Specialist Evans to the lifting of Title 42, which really should not be connected, or at least to President Biden's immigration policies. McCarthy claimed that there were reports that the person that he was trying to rescue on the river was carrying drugs. It really surprised me to hear that, because it would be hard to believe, since drugs usually come into the country hidden in vehicles through legal border crossings or through tunnels or sometimes boats, sometimes planes, but not by someone trying to swim over to the U.S. Because we really doubt that very powerful, wealthy cartels would risk sending their product with a guy carrying it as he tried to swim across. But it definitely was able to be used by a lot of members of Congress, Republican members of Congress, saying that because of these immigrants trying to carry drugs over, Specialist Bishop Evans died. He risked his life. It's not the first time that you see border agents trying to save migrants when they cross the border. Unfortunately, this time it ended up with a death, but it happens very often. They risk their lives either crossing by foot or by the river. And this was the result. The result was a tragedy for Specialist Evans, but it really is a far reach trying to link it to President Biden's immigration policies, which are not really clear, because up to this point, he has really tried to keep most of former President Trump's policies.
Our thoughts are certainly with Specialist Evans and his family. Maria Elena Salinas, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.